Hey guys, it's One-on-One R Smith, and today we're going to be going into the depths of this Player Sky figure. It's Tidus from Final Fantasy X, more specifically from the 10 HD Remaster.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Final Fantasy X holds a special place in my heart because it was the very first Final Fantasy game I've ever played. Most of my life, I always thought when people said Final Fantasy, they were always referring to 7, but it wasn't until I got older that I realized, oh shit, there's a ton of games under Final Fantasy. That's just bad titling. Who puts the word final and there having to be 3 dozen games? But Final Fantasy X was really special because it was a very engaging story, and a lot of it had to do with the voice acting and the characterization. Now, despite some noticeable quirks, it was still a really solid game, and I loved it from beginning to end. And as soon as I played it, I said, Tidus is one of my favorite characters. He is my top protagonist after Cloud. I've been looking to get this figure for months, and I'm so glad that I was finally able to track it down somewhere at a somewhat reasonable price. So, with that in mind, let's open up the box and see what we have. When you open up the door of the box, you get a nice detailed scene from Final Fantasy X. It gives you a detailed explanation of the world of Spira, as well as Tidus as a character. On the side, you get a picture of Tidus and Yuna holding each other. And when you open up the door, you get a nice preview of what to expect out of the figure. And now, opening up the box and getting the figure all together, we have the star of the Zanarkand Abes himself, Tidus. Face-wise, he looks pretty good, but he doesn't really match up to his HD Remaster model. He looks more like his PS2 model. Not complaining, though. Otherwise, he looks pretty good. They got a lot of the detailed zippers, buttons, and buckles. And the detail on his pants, very well done. Always like the fact that Tidus' design is very asymmetrical, especially with his pants, and I feel that Square Enix and Player Sky got that done very well. And also, I love the arm. It was able to hide this elbow joint pretty well with this design, which I was happy they were able to incorporate. Back, you also get to see more detail like the Zanarkand logo and his hoodie. I wish the hoodie was able to move, but otherwise it looks pretty good. This is a very well detailed figure that I'm looking at. Just very well done. And especially they were able to get his necklace as well. It looks great. Now let's look at some articulation. So now we got Tidus, and let's see what he can do. So the head can go up and down, and somewhat side to side. And it can actually go 360 degrees, but because of the fact that there's no actual neck joint, it can be a little bit of a hampering. The side shoulder pad can go up. And both arms can go about parallel, so you're getting 180. And the arms can circle around 360 degrees. You get a single bend in the elbow, and you can make the wrists go up and down as well. The waist can go somewhat back and forward, but it's a little stiff. He isn't going to be looking up as well. And the legs can also go about parallel to each other, but not the full 360. Now, the knee, both of them are double jointed, and you can get a pretty beautiful bend out of the left leg. However, this cannot be done with the right because the pants just hamper the bend, so you're only going to get a single bend. Finally, the feet can go up and down, but no really side to side. However, the toes on his shoes can do the side to side for you. Overall, I would say articulation is alright. It gets done what needs to be done. Now, we need to look at Tidus' accessories, and he's got a decent amount. First of all, you're going to get a open hand for his left hand. Now, you also get an open hand for the right, but has this small peg, and it's actually for him to hold his Blitzball. Now, you have to put the arm in with the hand, and there's a small little hole in the bottom of the Blitzball. You just plug it in, and you can have Tidus holding the Blitzball like he does either in the beginning of the game or when he's playing Blitzball. I think that was pretty clever. And you're gonna get his signature weapon, the Brotherhood, that was given to him to Waka in the first third of the game. And it looks pretty well done. I like the translucent clear blue that comes with it. Finally, you get this head. You get this other face that you can put onto the head. You're going to pull out his hair from the front, and you're going to push his other head into that. And you get to do the embracing face that I like to call when he's with Yuna. Yuna also has that same face, but I do not own that figure. My final thoughts on this Player Sky figure. It's good! I feel that it doesn't have as much articulation as Cloud does, but it gets it done. This is only about 4 years old, and I think it holds up pretty well. I feel that some of the accessories were lacking. I wish he had come with his ultimate weapon though. That would have been awesome. But I'm happy that despite the fact that I paid $175 for this, it was worth it. It's worth it to have my second favorite protagonist of Final Fantasy right here in front of me. This figure is very detailed and very thought out. I wish I can get Yuna, but I don't love Yuna that much to pay that price. I would like to say that this is a good figure. If you can find it, you're going to be paying somewhere between $130 and $175. But I do think since it's Tidus and if you want to collect all the protagonists of Final Fantasy, I think he's worth it. So, in that in mind, I will say this is One-on-One R. Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!